And there he is.
He's through. He is through. So Adam Roberts, superb job. Both of those cars, little puffs of smoke on shifts. Coutil looking to the inside here into this multi-radius, if you will, in terms of different lines. Turn 6. You can go in late and diamond it. You can go in real late and just cut back. You can double apex it. And I'll tell you what, whatever line works best for your car is the one you want to drive. But we've got a great battle for the lead, and they are coming up on a serious clump of traffic here. Once they get around Jim Goffrey, who is one of the legendary drivers, many GT2 national championships for Goffrey. Now having some fun in STL, and they get by him cleanly, but there's a big clump in front of them. Yeah,
a huge clump, and it's going to base on where they can catch this traffic. Will Roberts be able to pull his lead, or could Coutil maybe get back around him and get that done? I like to see Goffrey's car painted the same way as his Nissan 350Z that he runs in GT2.
Isn't that cool?
Kind of the same number and everything. It looks really cool there for Goffrey. There's that right front lockup.
Boy, how is he keeping that tire alive, Jeff? Man, I'm impressed. And quick enough to not only lead, but take the lead.
The big advantage I think he's going to have is that when he is locking that right front tire up, it's the unloaded side. He doesn't have it loaded there, so it's not really grinding into the track. It's more just dragging along. But 6 laps to go, 5 as they cross the line. It could go at any time. He's going to still have to be very, very careful, especially now that he's run back down Coutil and leading this race.
Absolutely, and taking a look here. Oof. Look at that. It's so close. Working that traffic. I mean, talk about it. This is one of those scenarios. You've got to the lead. You've got a very fast guy behind you, and you've got to somehow cleanly get through some of these cars.
And you have to really, hopefully, that the lap traffic knows that you're the leader coming through. If the guys aren't paying attention, aren't checking their mirrors, they don't know who's coming there. They might race you a little hard, thinking they're going to lose a position, and you're actually the overall leader trying to come through. But it looks like a lot of the lap traffic here doing a great job staying out of the way in this battle for our lead in STL.
That's one of the things when you're running at the runoffs, and you've run in SCCA nationals, majors, and the like as the season unfolds here. One of the cool things is you understand how some of the flagging works, and you can tell by how vigorously a flag is waved, seriously, as to how close the guy that's coming, and if it's really being waved. It's a pretty good indicator that it may be more than one car that's coming underneath you, and it does mean check your mirrors, and that's always the big concern, isn't it? When you're the second car in a good close battle, and the first guy gets underneath somebody, and you want to go with him, is that car you're passing aware that there's more than just that first guy coming through?
It really was, and that's that blue with the yellow stripe flag. And if you're a member of, I believe it was one of the central regions of SCCA, they made a meaning of all the flags, and when you have the blue and yellow flag, it means there's a race going on and you're not in it.
Ooh, that's a harsh way to put it, but in a sense, yeah. By the rule book, it says check your mirrors, but yeah, that's sort of the unintended but well-known meaning here. As we now complete number 15 in terms of laps, that means we have 4 to go. And again, this battle at the front, Roberts, as Coutil takes a look, not close enough. Heading down, there's that little bit of lockup again, but again, Roberts controls it beautifully and able to lead down into turn number 1 and 2. So as this battle continues, we're going to step away so we can come back and take it to the finish here in the Super Touring Light Run to the National Championship at Indy. We're going to be laying out here, folks, in our CBS Sports coverage for just a little bit, but I'll tell you, this is turning into a very compelling battle, and I'll tell you what, I guess, yeah, it always smokes. Well, it certainly is working okay right now.
Yeah, it really is. He's putting that down there, and I know Sam Myers down in pit lane probably chewing his fingernails, wondering if Adam, his young driver here, can make it. Oh, and here's Goffrey going backwards, spinning there, and that's in the S's out of turn number 7.
He just kept on rolling backward there. Makes you wonder if he's got a brake issue.
Yeah, a lot of folks having brake problems here at this weekend. You're going to want to run those brake ducts, and I know in my car we put all brand new braking system on it. We're on our 2nd set of rotors and 3rd set of brake pads here this weekend, so it's a very hard track here on courses. Oh, big heads up driving there by that Mazda Miata not to turn in, and Goffrey will get that turn and back underway.
When you're facing oncoming traffic and a huge pack of cars. That's not very comfortable. But that's where somebody with his experience, James Goffrey, has been running for so many years here, nice and calm, and realized what he needed to do. Working through traffic are 2 leaders. Adam Roberts from the pole. He's been back as far as 3rd. Leads once again in that Honda Speed Shop Honda CRX SI. Right behind him is the guy who finished 2nd last year. Started 3rd, Eric Coutil in his Carbotech Auto Assets Grid Life Honda Civic, and these guys have been putting on an absolutely marvelous show, swapping the positions a couple of times. Let's go back and take a look at how Roberts was able to pick that lead up. Coutil just overshot there.
Yeah, went a little bit wide, and that sort of got him off his rhythm, and Roberts did a great job pulling to the outside of him and sort of pinching him down and holding him there, and then able to defend into turn number 3 and get the lead.
And doing it all with a flat spot on that right front tire. So pretty impressive what our pole sitter Adam Roberts has been able to do. Let's get back down to pit lane quickly and check in with Hayward.
Hey guys, real quick, I just talked to Roberts' crew again about that flat spot. They believe that he's locking the inside rear because it's unloaded under braking, lifting it up off the ground a little bit, and that's what's causing the smoke.
All right, and a big dive by Coutil into turn number 7. But that is not a tight 90-degree corner. There's a little bit more flow to it. And Roberts just carried that outside line and carried a bit more speed in and was able to get back into position. But I'll tell you, Hayward, you may want to let those guys know that we've been watching it for a few laps out here, and it sure looks like the inside, the right front, that's locking up to us.
Yeah, I can tell he's running the 4 lug, not the 5, because you can count all the lugs on that CRX there coming through that braking zone down into turn number 1. You just see there's a great shot of the number 0, Miata there, pointing those leaders by. He doesn't want any part of this. Now Coutil's going to be on the back bumper of Roberts coming here onto the oval. We know that hatchback has a little bit more speed and straightaway motor here. Can Roberts catch a little bit of a draft from that lap car down into turn number 1 and protect over Coutil?
And the question is also what's Roberts going to do in terms of a defense? You see him moving over. He's just sort of angling down there. At a certain point, that would have been called blocking, so he pops back up. There's that lockup again. What happens here? Roberts able to hang on.
Yeah, pinched him down there a little bit, caused Coutil to run over the curb, but did just leave him enough room as Coutil looking back to the outside here. 2 laps to go. Oh, Coutil, put your foot down, son. There you go. Accelerate right out of that, straighten that front wheel drive car out, and only lost about a car length.
He's just doing a little rallying. He's just having some fun. That's a rally turn he executed right there.
Yeah, who said you can't drift a front wheel drive car? Eric Coutil proving you can.
But that did cost him just a little bit here. Car length or 2, perhaps. Out of turn 10. Excuse me, out of turn 6A onto this long Holman Boulevard straight. Both of them now coming up on the back. I think that's the 83 of Mark Utek.
I think Coutil was kind of paying attention to where he was trying to get around Roberts before. I don't think he can make the pass on the draft. He's going to do it. He's going to have to do it down here in turn number 1 now as they're coming bound through out of turn number 10 into 11. You got 12, 13, 14th, and then it's 1 to go.
And he needs to be close enough, as you said, to be able to get down to the inside and lead, because once you get out of turn 1, barring traffic, and that can always play a little bit of a role here. Coutil thinking about it, but realized if he dove to the inside, 1, it could end in tears, and 2, it could really have parked him. And that's the last thing you want to see here, but it parked him enough, didn't it? He is way back right now.
Yeah, lost about 3 car lengths there on that momentum. He'll gain a little bit of it back here on the draft down the straightaway. His last little chance here is going to be able to pop out on the end. What happens here? Does Roberts defend? Does Coutil go to the inside? We'll know here in about 500 yards. They're down into the braking zone now.
And as we said, oh, and that time was there just a touch?
Little bit of a contact there. He got right into the back bumper. They're both hard on the brakes, but no harm, no foul there. Just close racing here in STL.
Boy, this is incredibly close, and traffic lies ahead. And that could play such a key role here. And watching it that time, I didn't know. They might have been right. That time it did look like it was the right rear that was locked as a bit too. So tough to tell from some of the angles here. But, boy, I'll tell you, this traffic they're coming up on right now. Look at this. Roberts trying to time it so that he gets a full run out of 6A and then is able to make the pass. And he does it to absolute perfection. coming up on the back of the 81 of Rich Walke. I've been following Rich Walke racing in Sendiv for a lot of years. And they're right on his 6 right now, working through this serpentine section of racetrack. Parked them both in contact. Coutil trying to decide which way to go and just got into the back of Walke. And I'll tell you what, though, Roberts got balked a little bit as well, so it didn't hurt Coutil too bad.
Yeah, sort of hurt them equally there as they come down here. There's one last chance for Coutil here to breathe it out and try to get a good run here. Goes down to the inside. Does he stick his nose in there and doesn't give way this time? Roberts to the outside. It's going to be an acceleration here. Robert got the corner way better there. Should be able to go down and get the checkered flag.
Absolutely. Almost looked like Coutil may have missed a shift when he got up on the curbing. Here comes your pole sitter, Adam Roberts. It wasn't flag to flag, but he put a pole to checkers win into the books. He is a national champion in Super Touring Light in only his second runoff start. What a fabulous story. Coutil will end up second, and it is Garrett Dunn bringing it home in third. And he was 5th last year, so Garrett continuing to march up the order, bronze. Yeah,
good job for him getting that final podium spot. Cliff Ira there in 4th and Stanfield into 5th.
Boy, and look at that hand out the window. What a celebration, but well earned by Adam Roberts out of Hilliard, Ohio. And we'll be back to hear from him in just a sec.